Welcome back, Better Agents. Nicholas Ayers coming to you live from Better Agency HQ. And in today's video, we're going to be breaking down and analyzing Coterie Insurance. Coterie Insurance is a digital insurance company that's newer to the scene that's helping independent agents and brokers distribute small business insurance to people who are more so in the gig economy or in service-based businesses. And in this video, we're going to talk to agents, we're going to talk to senior leadership, and we're going to find out more about Coterie and if it's the right choice for you to get appointed with them in your agency. Now, before we get into it, make sure if you haven't yet picked up your tickets to the Agency Success Conference that you do so now. The Agency Success Conference is going to be held in downtown Phoenix, April 20th, 21st, and 22nd at the downtown Sheraton Resort. You can pick up your tickets for you or anybody on your team by clicking on the description below or by going to agencysuccessconference.com. So what is the deal with Coterie Insurance? Now, if you're new to the channel, there's a trend that we talk a lot about here, and it's this idea that there are a lot of companies and carriers who are entering the marketplace who are trying to help independent agents sell more insurance. They're trying to empower agents by giving them tools, resources, products, and they're trying to make selling insurance happen faster and easier, more digital. And Coterie Insurance is no exception. They're one of these companies. They are a digital insurance company that are helping agents sell and distribute insurance. So if you sell business owners policies or general liability or professional liability or workers' comp, and you're selling to the gig economy or service-based businesses or home-based businesses, Coterie Insurance is a great fit for just that. If you were ever using a carrier like USLI, Coterie is a great asset for you to put in your agency that's going to help kind of collect revenue on these. A lot of agents would usually turn down this business because of the work involved. It wasn't profitable. You weren't going to go write a $500 BOP or a $600 policy for a new company, and your carriers didn't want that business either. They would turn it down, but Coterie really kind of fills that void and helps you to service those customers, write the business, and to hopefully graduate them to, maybe other types of products where as they grow, the revenue grows for them, it grows for you. Coterie is a great fit for that. So what I did, full disclaimer, I've never been appointed with Coterie. I've never written a Coterie product or a policy. So I went and found agents that did, who were using Coterie, and I wanted to hear from them, their first-hand experience, how they were using them, what it meant in their agency, and what they were doing to kind of grow their agency using Coterie.
We are Bunker, so we focus on contract-based insurance for specifically like freelancers, gig workers, independent contractors, and side hustles as well. We've been in business since 2016, working on compliance for that segment and procuring like the small business insurance. We also do a number of usage-based custom programs as well for large groups of independent contractors. So we've been using Coterie now for, I want to say, the past 6 months, and we are probably doing somewhere between like 15,000 and 20,000 of new business premium per month. The average premium that we're seeing is usually around the minimum premium, around 300, 350 per year on the general liability side. Maybe like $500 per year on professional liability. We use Coterie primarily because it's very simple to use. Like, we can bring on some green producers and get them going with Coterie pretty fast. They feel like they understand the system. We also really like that Coterie has a really broad appetite. We write a lot of different types of consultants and things, and it seems like most of them that we feel are a good fit typically aren't a great fit with some carriers, but Coterie seems to be a place that we can really put a number of consultants. So anybody in that freelancer, independent contractor, consultant space, we found a lot of success with Coterie. So we've actually never had a claim with them, which is great. But yeah, personally, we really like Coterie because we feel like they listen to the agent. They've improved some of their products, not just on our feedback, but a multitude of agents out there. I feel like they are really focused on the same thing that we are here at Bunker, and that's making it a very easy and simple experience. We're focused on simple, fast, and easy, and we feel like we're pretty aligned with Coterie on that. So when we get leads in, right now we're just quoting them through the Coterie portal, and once we get a quote, we'll send them a quote, and they can call in and get payment, or we also send them that quote snapshot to where the customer can just click there, make their payment within the portal, and get the policy issued themselves. So that way we're not limited to binding a policy, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. They can really do it at any time. And we're actually going to be integrating the Coterie API into our website here within the next couple of months. So we're really excited to even skip the step of us quoting it through the portal where, customers can get a quote online instantly. For us here at Bunker, we focus a lot on the micro space, these really small $300-$500 policies. So for us, it's reducing the touches that we make on accounts like that, which we have to kind of get over that fear by using great companies like Coterie. Like, we feel comfortable when we send somebody through their API that we're sending the right type of client to them. And for us specifically with contract-based insurance, of what Coterie can supply them versus other carriers. But, I think people are looking for this kind of option out there. And certain agencies are going to focus on certain things. We primarily focus on the people that want to shop digitally. We focus on the ones that kind of do things on their own time as a freelancer or consultant. So it matches up really well with our customer segment. But I feel like also with people who want that more hands-on experience, we're going to focus on these artisan contractors or things that it's still a great place to get like a really fast, simple quote. I mean, you can quote an artisan contractor in 5 minutes, just with some basic information and kind of start there with the customer, or have them go on the API, explain things on your website really well and make them feel like they're making the right purchase there. So yeah, we've really enjoyed it. It fits our model very, very well.
Now, I didn't want to just sit down with agents to hear about their Coterie experience, but I also wanted to identify and sit down with key leadership inside of Coterie to get their vision, their perspective on where they saw not only Coterie going, but the industry at large. So I had the opportunity to sit down with Tim Metzner, who's the co-founder and chief growth officer, and Pete Bucola, who's the VP of insurance, to really kind of dive into what they saw happening and where the future was going for Coterie. I'm here with Tim Metzner, the co-founder and chief product officer at Coterie, and I'm also here with Pete Bucola, who is in charge of insurance, the insurance product at Coterie, and I have a few questions for them. I think it'd be really good to get some context so you guys have a better feel for who they are as a strategic partner for your agency, and if and when it makes sense to use Coterie for your independent insurance agency. Tim, really quick, just give me the 30-second high-level overview, the vision, why Coterie exists, and who it is that you look to serve in the agency channel world.
Yeah, happy to, Nick. So we believe there's an opportunity to bring speed, simplicity, and service to commercial insurance. I know that sounds overly simple, but we've just seen through a lot of interactions, especially with small independent agencies and folks trying to write small commercial, that there's a big market for it, obviously, right? There are millions and millions of small businesses out there, and yet it takes a long time historically to write that small business.
It's annoying.
It doesn't yield a lot of premium or a lot of revenue back to that small business, small agency owner. And so we just saw the opportunity to make a process that could be days or weeks or a long interaction with an underwriter, and instead say, what if we could do it in 2 minutes, all automated, all online, get policy docs sent to you instantly. And so that's what we've endeavored to do.
And why independent insurance agents? I know a lot of people, it seems like there was a day and age where people were trying to bypass independent agents, trying to go more direct. Why have you guys chosen to partner with the independent agency channel, and where do you see that going?
Yeah, that's a great question. So our belief is that we just want to make it easy for a business owner wherever they want to get a policy, right? Wherever they're trying to get insurance, we want to make it easy. Turns out for most people today, that's through an agent, right? We have this trusted relationship with an agent that we're used to using for our personal lines, things that we've done all of our lives. And so that's the first place I start if I'm a small business owner and I don't know much about insurance. Again, the other part of it is, like, I talk about it as a painkiller, right? Like, if you're an independent agent and you've got a large personal lines book, but you want to grow it, or you've got that customer who also is a small business owner, like, you don't want to send them down the street. You want to be able to help them with that small business policy. But to become an expert in small business insurance is time consuming, right? There's a lot of complexity. There's a ton of classes with very specific details involved in all of them. And so what we said is, like, we believe we can solve a pain for you and create the easiest possible experience where you give us name and address, and we'll give you everything else you need, including recommendations on what those coverages should look like for your business and your location in your industry.
Pete, I'm curious, on the insurance side and the product side, what sets Coterie apart, and why is it something that agents should really be looking to utilize? And whether it's its simplicity or its speed, like, what sets you guys apart from maybe other options that they might be looking at or thinking about? Like, why, if I'm an independent agent, do I want to look at Coterie?
I would say there's two parts of the equation. One is we're incentivizing independent agents to go out in their communities where we've had record number of home-based businesses, startup, small businesses under 5 employees, a record number in the last 2 years. Those are businesses that are in independent agents communities. We want to incentivize them to prospect that and grow their agency the same, and now create a corridor of coverage for that small business, which maybe in 2 years might grow, and maybe their needs change, and the independent agent is best positioned for that. The other side of the equation, in order for us to do that, we've done 2 things. We've made sure the coverage we're offering is trusted. We're using ISO forms for our BOP. It's an ISO BOP form that's admitted in all 50 states. So the agents have some assurance about the financial stability of the paper and also the coverage quality and the terms that they're getting. And secondarily, that gives us, we've really focused on appetite. So we've tried to open up in an admitted world as much appetite as we can across as many industries that fit this space, across anything from contractors, trade contractors, landscapers, janitorial, all the way up into professional services, retailers, Main Street business. So we're really focused on everything in between there.
Really quick, what are the lines of business that you guys are really specializing today and writing today? If I'm an agent, I'm thinking I need a home for X. What is it that you guys specialize in? Yeah,
so today we sell a BOP product. It's a $1 million, $2 million liability limit and a property coverage available up to $1.5 million in TIV. We can also offer standalone GL, so that small business is maybe just getting started. They need a cert for, a farmer's market or a job or a higher tier that needs a cert. We can do standalone GL, and we also have professional liability in over 60 different classes and professions for their errors and omissions and wrongful acts for a variety of industries, from salon all the way up, personal care, all the way into accounting and even engineering.
One last question for you, Pete. I know carriers, when you talk to them or partners, they'll always tell you, and I know it's not, you guys aren't necessarily a specific carrier, but people will always want to know, just tell me the bare bones, the headlines. Who are you good for? But more than that, who are you not good for? Like, what's the bread and butter, and what's the stuff that you're just saying don't even bother? Like, what is that on the insurance side?
Yeah. So today at Coterie, if you have a customer who is just started up, maybe first time buyer of insurance, they have 5 to 10 employees or under. That small consumer that they're really looking for solid coverage and a good claim experience, but they have basic needs to meet, like that's really our sweet spot. And we can do that consistently with the right coverage and allow that agent to really tailor for that buying profile. We are also focused in on that small business that not only wants to get the certificate quickly, but might have some other basic properties that they can't get elsewhere. So we really focus on coverage and appetite for that 5 and under, and the price points commensurate with that.
Tim, I'm curious here, before I let you go, can you talk a little bit about the future of Coterie? I know you don't have a crystal ball in front of you, but if you had to say, we believe in the next 1 to 2 to 5 years, this is where we're going. This is where we hope to be as a company. This is how we want to be thought of in the marketplace. From a high level perspective, what's the goal? Like, what are you guys driving towards?
Yeah, I would say, Pete mentioned our target. Like, we really want to be the one-stop go-to shop for that small business, right? So we're going to continue to build out our coverages and add on new insurance products as the market needs it to really round out that small business. But we want to be the place you start regardless, because again, that if you learn really quickly, it takes you 2 minutes or less to figure out whether or not Coterie can cover it. We believe once you've bound a policy with Coterie and you've gotten used to that experience, like, you're going to want to start there. And so we want to be the place you start for all the small business needs. So that's kind of the next 1 to 2 years. Like, we're going to continue to really round out and hone in and focus on that. But, commercial insurance is a massive market. That's why we built Coterie. That's why we focused on this space in general. And so we believe we're also building a playbook that can be rerun across other areas of commercial insurance over time. But for the foreseeable future, it's really focused in on, really solving problems for small business.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I can't wait to tell more of the story about Coterie and help educate independent agents on why Coterie might be a great fit for their agency. Thank you so much for joining us. I think they fit a very specific niche. I think they are a great option if it fits your business model. So if you're a personal lines agent and you're wanting to just tap your toe,
just tap it in.
You're just wanting to tap it, just tap it.
All you gotta do is just tap it in. Just tap it in now. Hey, just tap Tap it in.
If you're wanting to tap your toe into the water of small commercial, I think Coterie is a great fit for you. It makes the barrier to entry very simple, very easy. You can kind of get your feet wet using something like this and selling some commercial products. On the flip side, if you're selling larger commercial, and I talk to a lot of commercial agents and they'll say, I don't want to waste my time with these small policies, these policies that require a certain level of servicing, or they're just not profitable, so you just don't write the business at all. I think Coterie would be a great fit for you because you can just use Coterie to send people the link. They can bind and purchase a policy on their own. They don't necessarily need to have somebody, writing accord forms or submitting supplementals or doing all this work for very small revenue policies. You can just use Coterie for things just like that. I also really like that Coterie makes getting acquainted with them very, very easy. All you got to do is go to their website, coterieinsurance.com, and there's a button for you to get started. You can get set up really fast, really easily, and it makes the whole appointment process just super simple. Now, one of the things I think is pretty cool about this whole thing is that if you get appointed with Coterie, you can have a designated link, or you can put quotes on a designated link, and you can put that in your automation software. So if you're using a platform like Better Agency and you just want to automate sending this stuff out and having people get quotes for their insurance and binding policies, really taking the guesswork or the hands-off labor off of the whole process, you can do just that. You can just insert your link into your email automation campaigns. You can send it out and people buy it, they buy it. It just makes everything really, really simple. And this is the benefit of working with partners and carriers and companies that really empower agents. Coterie does a great job empowering agents, making doing business simple. You should be able to put these two tools together and you should be able to write more business, or at least make writing business just a lot easier than it is right now. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you give this video a like. Comment down below. Let me know what your Coterie experience is, and we'll see you again on the next video.